2023 board to order, please. Roll call.
Tiffany Gully.
Here.
Nikita Namoma.
Here.
Gina Maldonado here. Clay Patton. Okay. So we're doing the pledge.
Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So we have reading and approval of the previous meeting minutes, which is from our August 5th meeting. You should each have a copy of it. Are there any comments, corrections, or a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. I will second it. Okay. Okay, board member communication.
Any updates from the board members on anything related to the board?
Not for me.
No? Okay. Trustee communications.
We just been crazy busy. You guys know, you've all been part of the show. The capital improvement plan is due to be submitted today under that new SB1, which puts us at today's calendar in addition to our timing for our annual budget, which this will be the first public hearing, and then the next meeting we'll vote on that. Yeah, the office has been exceptionally busy. There's been a lot of snafus with some other organizations. We've had issues with NIPSCO, where they've issued shutoffs, and then people come in for assistance, and all of a sudden they don't have a shutoff. They withdrew the shutoff. And we know that they're going to be back in a week or two, and then they're looking for help because they're just gonna put the shutoffs back on. So it's been very unique. That combined, I mean, the food pantry, everything looks like it's going in the wrong direction as far as people needing assistance, and in the wrong, I mean, a lot of more people needing more help, so. But we'll get there. I think that's all that I have that's new. I may want to shuffle some of the agenda, if I may, based on, some people may be down at the end that we could move up to accommodate them. But you go ahead and let me
Okay.
go through that now.
Do we have any reports from department heads today?
There's no department head reports, because this is basically just the budget
Okay,
meeting, but
and
they,
then, same thing for the liaisons to the community boards?
yes.
Okay. So that brings us to the 2026 budget public hearing. So we will need to open the hearing for the 2026 budget.
Anybody speak for it?
Yeah, I would say, do we go ahead and ask if there's anyone to speak now at this point? Okay. Is there anyone here to speak for the, for or against the budget? Is there anyone here to speak for or against the budget? Okay, hearing none, we will close the public meeting, the public hearing. And we will move on to the capital improvement plan under new business. Wait, that's all we have to do with the budget at this point,
Public
right?
hearing for capital improvement also.
Oh, okay. So we will open a public hearing on the capital improvement plan. Is there anyone here to speak for or against the capital improvement plan? Is there anyone here to speak for or against the capital improvement plan? Okay, hearing none, we'll close the public hearing on the capital improvement plan. Moving down to resolutions, we have resolution 2025-06 for the capital improvement plan.
So this resolution has to be signed and submitted to, today's the deadline, correct? For the
Yeah.
capital improvement plan? So if we could, I did want to have everybody sign that so that Mallory doesn't have to stay till 8 PM. We can get that done in the
Sure.
budget, which got to be filed today. This capital improvement plan is the second time in the last 15 years that the state has asked us to submit something like this. I'm sure that it's going to be something that we're going to be doing every year. I'm sure it's going to change drastically. There's a lot of quite frankly, a lot of errors in the way the bill was drafted, and it just doesn't make sense, and quite frankly, it's been a total waste of time. But with that being said, we're doing it, and it'll be filed on time.
All right. Any questions or comments from the board?
No.
All right, 2026 salary resolution.
The 2026 salary resolution is exactly the same as 2025, with the exclusion of some positions, which we, as you know, with SB1 or HEA1, I should say now, local governments are getting pounded with cuts, and instead of kicking the can down the road, we are working aggressively to not only bring ourselves within those guidelines, we're also reducing the budget this year. And so in 2026, with the exception of fire, because they are under contract and those are contractual obligations, there were no salary increases this year.
Any questions from the board about the salary resolution?
No questions.
And for these resolutions, going back to the capital improvement plan, you need a motion.
I was just gonna say, I don't think we did one on that. So is there a motion for the capital improvement plan resolution 2025-06?
Motion. I will approve. Second.
Okay, and then is there a motion for the salary resolution as well?
Approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to second. Second.
All right.
You need to take a roll call vote on,
On both?
yes,
Okay.
or all in favor, since you're all here.
And wait, you want us to do it twice, right? Okay.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye. And then we'll have to do another one for the salary resolution as well.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Before we move on to the next, am I missing that board up response thing?
I'm sorry?
The
It's the
fire
last
board up?
one on it's the last one on the agenda.
No, that's the fee schedule. That would be different.
No, it's, the second page.
Oh, thanks. Oh, my gosh. Talk about a long agenda, sorry. There was a motion, I'm sorry, not a motion. We were going to try to produce this evening a resolution for the South Haven Fire Department call orders for board up services, because they're required by the state for those houses to be boarded up. So there should be some kind of policy in effect. I did not get it done, but I think it's good because we can actually have discussion on it.
Okay.
And in addition, I would also like to obviously move that up so that the people that are here don't have to be here till,
Sure, we can move that up in the order.
thank you.
And this is so, a call order is basically like the list of approved businesses that they go down the list of each time there's a need for a board up.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to say that I'm sure that multiple municipalities or government entities have them. We just have to kind of look at it and draft it. I know the county has one. I know the city of Portage has one. So we need to put something in effect like that to make sure that everything is done fairly.
Okay.
So that's what that's about. And we'll have it I'll have it drafted for the next meeting.
Okay. So, what all discussion is there needed for that at this meeting?
Is everybody familiar with what we're talking about? So when there's a fire and there's say a house fire, and it has to be boarded up because it's a safety
A hazard,
issue.
yeah.
And I believe the state fire marshal probably requires it to be boarded up. And since it's required to be boarded up, we have to call somebody. So I don't think somebody should have 100%.
Right.
Yeah, on that, so, I think that in the ordinance, it should say that they should be obviously,
Licensed,
proof of
insured,
insurance, licensed,
bonded, yeah.
insured, history of good business, all that kind of stuff, so that's basically what that's gonna be.
Okay. You guys have any questions? Anything else on that?
I don't, unless there's anybody here that wants to speak on it. Nope.
No? Okay. So then we'll work on having that. Are you going to put together an ordinance to vote on at the next meeting?
Yes, I will have
By
it.
the 14th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will help play with it.
Stephen, is that going to assist, is it a resolution or ordinance?
I believe well, with us, it would be a resolution.
Yes.
Because we don't do ordinances technically.
And then, keep in mind or remember, I won't be here in 2 weeks, but can certainly communicate and draft something up before the meeting.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, then that brings us back over to Resolution 2025-07, reduction appropriation. Do you care to explain that one?
The reduction appropriation is like I had talked about earlier, not kicking the can down the road. If we don't cut now, it's going to have a bigger impact on us year after year after year. So we're getting ourselves, we're not looking at just this year or just next year. I'm looking down 5 years down the road.
Right.
So we're trying to be prepared to be on budget, within budget, and spending only what we have.
Right.
So we are actually reducing our budget this year to make next year's budget work. And those figures are actually there.
On here?
Yes, oh, right here.
Yeah.
So township general, personnel services, $25,000. Direct poor relief will be reduced by $14,000. So that will come out, it's coming out this year to make us balance.
Okay, any questions from the board?
No questions.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve, and a motion to approve, okay.
And we just have to do an all in favor since it's a resolution.
Is all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, next on the list is the resolution for Indiana Public Retirement System at INRPS employer contribution. And this is, I believe, related to the change in the fire contract, right?
No.
No?
No, that was per 77.
Okay.
This is what we talked about, the 3% of the township paying the 3%.
Okay,
So what this does is it allows the township to pay 3% into the retirement fund, and then the employee can match up to, I believe, 11%.
okay.
So FERC requires this resolution to be acknowledged and then signed by the trustees.
Okay.
In order for the employer to be the contributor of the 3%.
I actually think that we've talked or voted on this at 2 board meetings ago.
I
or
think
something
so. I was
like
thinking
that.
it was related to the change in how they're contributing
It
per
is,
can,
That was for
It-
77 mils. That was-
but this is also,
related to that,
it's not related to it, but it's the exact same thing.
like the same
It's,
retirement
they're both
program, right? Mm-hmm.
retirement funds, yeah.
So on here on number 2, it says, the entity shall pick up all, which is marked. Does that,
All meaning the required 3%.
so that designates that it's 3%?
Yeah. The state law dictates that it has to be 3%.
Okay,
Either or pick up.
and Becky, I don't know if it matters, but there's a typo. That page doesn't get signed, so I don't know if that
Yeah, I
can be.
think I just have to notarize it. I don't even see a spot for his signature, which is strange.
Oh, so I see your question. So it could have been 1, 2, or 3.
Right, but because it didn't specify, that's what I just wanted to confirm.
yeah,
that
I didn't
3
realize-
is
I didn't look
the
at the form.
default.
Okay.
Yep.
But this is
Septiembre. It's-
Did I fill out something wrong? What was that?
September, there's a typo in September, I don't know if,
That's,
I was thinking we had to sign this, so I didn't know if it had to be fixed before we sign it, but I think it looks like only.
It's just him that has
Is
to
it just
sign it.
Brendan? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll fix it
Yeah.
for, before we send it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so then, Okay, so, motion to approve.
Motion to approve. I'll second it. Motion. Gina, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution 2025-08, Employee Handbook, specifically the Bonner Center hours. As we discussed at the last meeting, there is a change to the hours at the Bonner Center, specifically on Fridays, I think is the only date that we made a change, right? It's gonna be a half day. Based on the programming that's happening there on Fridays and an initiative to reduce costs where we're able to without impacting a lot of, without greatly impacting services. The Bonner Center is going to go to a half a day programming on Fridays. So that will need to be updated in the handbook officially.
Yeah, and anything that did take place then, for instance, I think they had the periodic bingo, will now be on Tuesday, so there's absolutely no programming being
Everything
cut.
has just been shifted.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Motion, I second it. Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Okay, motion, or resolution 2025-09, $15,000 fund transfer from shelter to utility in the budget.
So we are moving, or I would like to move $15,000 from shelter to utility to give more assistance for NIPSCO over the month of October because of all the issues with multiple problems, including the shut-off scenario that I was telling you about. And there was also another incident where people thought they had assistance from another organization, and they were told that, and then they found out that they didn't. So this is to help alleviate those problems and have, again, kicking the can down the road or bringing 500 people into the office in 3 weeks instead of 100. So just trying to be proactive.
Sure. Any questions from the board on that?
No question.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Gina.
All right, resolution 2025-10, establishing township roads and infrastructure fund.
This is required by state law and new HEA 1. This is that 30% of unencumbered funds in certain designated areas have to be put into this fund. So we're creating that to fulfill the requirements of the law.
And I don't think, we don't have we're just passing a resolution, there's nothing to sign on this one for establishing the roads infrastructure fund?
You do have to sign.
I have this one. Hope I don't. Okay, so is there a motion to approve on that one?
Motion to approve. I will second
Is that what I just gave
it.
you?
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I just
Yeah.
skipped ahead. It's the one we just signed, I
Oh.
skipped ahead of me. So there wasn't one for the transfer,
So.
right? We did 8 and then 10 is what we
So
signed.
25-9, I don't think it mentions in there the transfer of the fund because we don't,
There's not two separate funds.
but this is just allotting for that utility,
Oh, for the program itself.
for the
So,
program itself too.
so because they're within the same compartment, or however the terminology is, they can be moved from side to side. But what we want to do is to make sure that we can go over and above. We were actually going to increase the amount too, which I think that we should have, is that in here?
So that's in resolution 2025-9, that is, so for the month of October, instead of the $200 allotment for utilities, we're raising it to $500, and so we can help get people.
Okay.
And this explains
And it's bold.
that.
The dollar amounts are actually bold.
Okay.
Resolution, so it's just $200 to $500 just for the month of October.
Is there a signature page on the back of that?
And I-
Okay.
And I think too, just we wanted to make sure that it was being acknowledged that we were going to allow for up to that.
To increase that
The
amount
fund
for, to
for
get,
that,
so that,
right.
yeah. Maybe we should just sign this.
Right,
and-
Yeah, it is.
That resolution should be signed also?
There's, we don't have a,
I have.
okay. That's okay. That's why we were just talking about is do we need to sign anything? Okay, that's fine. Nope, that's fine. Okay, so then, 2025-10, establishing the Township Roads and Infrastructure Fund. Did we, Gina, Ray, did we vote on that yet?
We have not.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
There was a motion.
There was a motion, okay, so then just, all in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Nikita.
Okay. Resolution 2025-11 for cemetery fees. So there is a new fee schedule in the packet. Again, this is an area that we looked at for possibly increasing revenue next year in response to the legislation that has passed this year in the state that is impacting our budget. So I don't think we have the previous fees on here, but these are what the new fees would be going into 2026. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Yes, I'll second it. Nikita, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Gina.
All right, resolution 2025-12, Portage Township park fees. So same thing, this is a resolution establishing fees going into 2026. Any questions from the board?
No questions.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Yes, second it. All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 2025-13, Bonner Senior Center rental fees.
The rental fees are on the very last page of that packet of that whole rental agreement. So at the meeting that we had, we talked about raising them all $100 and match the local rentals in the area.
Okay.
And then, we extended the hours for rentals on Fridays, since they close early, we can kind of allot for an all-day rental on Friday.
And then this also encompasses the change to the membership fee, or not yet? Right, 40, yeah, this is an increase on here, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause it says 40.
How much is it?
It says 40 and 100 on here for membership. So that reflects the increased amount. And then also the rental fees also increased.
So if I may, I
Sure.
can't make a motion, but
Right.
I would ask if we can pass that while taking into I still want to take into consideration those membership fees to look at them again. I think
Okay.
everything else is fine.
So pass it as written with the,
With the exception
Acknowledgement
of the
that it might
membership
be-
fees.
The membership fees are a separate item on the agenda.
But they're in the fee structure, are they?
okay, so right,
No?
The membership.
okay, so the membership guide is separate from the fees.
Okay.
It's on the
I
next-
see.
the next
So so yes to the guide and yes to the fees if we could.
So 2025-13 is the rental agreement,
Yeah.
and then there are 3 pages after that showing the agreement as well as the fees.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any questions from the board on that? And okay, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Nikita, Gina.
So that brings us to board discussions and approvals. That's the end of our resolution for this meeting. So the first thing, under board discussion and approvals is review and discussion of the capital improvement plan. Anything further to be said about that?
I don't think so.
I think it was just on there and then we made the resolution, so
Yeah.
it was just.
Okay.
If you wanted to talk about this sheet, this spreadsheet.
Okay. Next, then, we have approval of insurance deductible reimbursement for tree damage at church located at 5855 Central Avenue, which I believe is next door to the Bonner Center, right?
Yeah, this is actually from like a year or more ago. Remember when the tree fell on them? Actually, we had multiple trees come down. And they literally went through the church's roof. And we were trying to work through with insurance, or they went through their insurance. And so we were going to find out what their deductible was to balance that.
Okay. Do we have that amount?
Not yet. I don't think so.
I'm sorry.
We didn't get that amount yet on the deductible, correct? Okay. Whatever their deductible is, it can't change. It was what it was at that time.
Right.
So they'll have to provide us with that breakdown.
Documentation.
And then we'll have them sign like a waiver stating that we wouldn't be at fault for anything.
Okay, so I guess that would be a motion to approve reimbursing the deductible without a
Reimbursing
specific
them
amount.
their
Yeah, just for whatever the
deductible,
set deductible
not-
is on
not
their
ours,
insurance.
yeah.
Okay. All right, motion to approve. I'll second it. All in favor? Okay.
Aye. All right, so then now we're moving on to the 2026 Bonner Senior Center membership fees for approval. So that would be the last two pages, right?
Yep, so you guys should have
Bonner
a copy of
Center,
the membership guide, code of conduct.
Yep.
And on there are membership fees, and then there's an adoptions to adopt those fees on the second page.
And now, are those fees, the membership fees, or?
The
Yes.
membership fees.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I would like to hold off on that.
Okay.
If we could, I want to review that again.
Okay, so we're gonna table that one to the next meeting?
Yes, please.
All right. And then the last one is the approval of South Haven Fire Department fee schedule.
That is also, I would like to table, because we want to visit a lot more organization or municipalities and see their free structures and how that works with our area.
Okay. That is everything that is on our agenda for this meeting. There is no members of the public here for public input. Is there anything else that the board wanted to bring up? No? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Computer.